Welcome to Post Game Podcast.
Detroit.
2 in a row, baby. 2 in a row. This is our second 2-game winning streak of the year. It's a sad day. We're saying it in March, but hey, it is what it is. We're going to take every single victory we can celebrate. Foster, how you doing there, sir?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm encouraged by what I'm seeing. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay, we're going to get into all of that. We're going to get into all of that. And let me ask you this. I know I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. We know we're it's too far gone. The record is what, 12-59, 58 or something like that. What have you seen the last 2 games, Foster, that just make you say, okay, we got something here, you know what I'm saying, to build on?
So Stewart has had an opportunity post injury suspension, and I feel like he's really finding his groove and getting back into the field for what we expect from him. He shot. He missed one shot yesterday. He was 3 for 3 from 3 yesterday, and he just played tough. He just did the. It's crazy because he only had 2 rebounds, which just sounds crazy, but that's because Durant had 23 rebounds yesterday.
Yeah, he wasn't letting none of them go.
Yeah, but he played tough defense, and he just played within himself. He didn't try to do too much. He did a good job of spreading the floor, obviously. But outside of that, Cade was solid. A lot of people were wondering why Cade didn't close out the game. And Cade, I guess, voluntarily said, hey, let Sasser close out the game. The bench was in a good groove. Sasser was cooking yesterday.
Yes, he was.
And the lead was kind of stayed out of reach. So he gave him an opportunity to close out the game. But the biggest takeaway has been Wiseman.
Man, what?
And he only had 6 yesterday. But
it was the way he got them, the timing of them, the game before.
Yeah, that was the one. Against Charlotte.
Posterized. The oh my gosh.
The pro hop backwards to the
man.
When he gets at the rim, you're not just that's a big man.
He needs to watch the film and saw what and watch what he did. He got to the front of the rim.
Yeah. You're not stopping him, and he's left-handed. It's very unorthodox. Yes. You're not. Yes. That's a big man. Like, we don't think of it like that because he's played so lost a lot of the times. But when you got a guy that believes in himself and is playing with a purpose, that's a lot of force coming your way.
Look, man, run the floor, get to the front of the rim, whether you have the ball or not. They're getting you the ball on lobs, and just take it to the front of the rim. Take it to the rim. Starting to see Cade is starting to make that elbow his signature. That mid-range jumper from the elbow, each side, even from the three-point line, the elbow's there. He's knocking them down right there. He's very, very comfortable taking that shot. Still not getting the calls he should be getting. That hasn't stopped him from going to the rim, though, which is good. And haven't discouraged him. One thing you can do is you can say, man, I might as well shoot a jumper. They're not going to call a foul. And, defense wins. the defense win. You have to be able to still have the have the have the courage to go to the rack, whether you think they're gonna call you go in there with an intention to make a bucket anyway. So you don't go in there hoping to draw a foul. You go in there with intentions to score. So I think what I'm seeing some a very bright future. I don't want to say near future, is we got a ways to go, but this team will get there if they keep the core intact and if they learn. Um, Ivy's been kind of quiet, but
Yes, I was gonna say that.
at the same time, he's got to just play through it. He's got to play through it. Everybody else is playing pretty good. Duran, he's look. You get 20 rebounds in a game, or you average double doubles in a game. I think he had his fifth 20 and 5 game.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. This year or just
I think it's career. I think it's over a career, but he's only played 2 years.
right,
But
right.
he's had his fifth. And that might be even this year. Now I'll check, but I remember they put up the stats. This is his fifth 20 and 5. 20 points, 20 rebounds, 5 blocks.
That's heavy.
Now, I always said he was capable of blocking shots. I always said he could. I'm pretty. He has the wingspan. He has the athleticism. It's a mentality. It's a mentality. It's also being smart and footwork. So, it is what it is, man. I think he's only in his second year, and he's only played 1 year of college.
Can't even legally buy liquor yet.
Yeah. So
Let's just put it in perspective.
yeah, we have to be patient with Duran. I was upset a couple weeks ago with
You was
him.
on his
I was on his helmet.
on
You
his
hear me?
helmet, on his biscuit.
Hey, man, if I was his coach, he'd be sitting at the end of the bench. Well, I just mean mugging him all game. He ain't did nothing wrong. I just sitting there just looking at him like, yeah, you just sit there. But yeah, I mean, but you have to realize this is a very, very green team. Very young. Very young. And your leader, Cade, played 1 year of college, 2 years of NBA ball, and then didn't play the second year, but about 5 games.
Mhm.
So he's still getting his feet wet, and he's going to be good. I was worried for a second. I'm not worried about it anymore. He's found himself a groove, and it's only going to get better. He's only going to get better. You know what I noticed, Foster?
Mm.
He'll quietly score 30 points.
Who cares?
Yeah, you just look up and be like, dang, he got 30.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Why? Yeah, it's crazy. He does.
It's not like he's like you're watching and be like, man, he's killing, but it's like you look up and it's like, okay, that 25 is third
It's a
quarter.
modest. It's usually
Yeah.
a modest 25, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And you know what? You know how that happens, Foster? Because if you look at it, the game is 4 quarters, right? If you think about it, you score 5 points in each quarter. Don't seem like a lot. That's 20 points.
Mhm.
And I think that's what he's doing. Like he's getting like 7 or 8 each quarter. You know what I'm saying? And that, it doesn't seem like a lot. Where you have your dominant players, they'll get 20 in a quarter and they're on fire.
You're like, woo! You dunk on somebody, you're
Like
like,
Luca.
okay,
Luca get 30 in a quarter and you'd be like, yeah, he's on his way to 50. Yeah.
but
You know what I'm saying?
Luca scored 60 though, so you can't miss 60.
Yeah, yeah. So when you score 30 and you're getting like 8 points, well, you're getting 8 points in a quarter, may not seem like a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people like the scores, they go double digits in a quarter. They might even go for 15, 16 in a quarter. And that's how they get their 30, But I think K just kind of like treads along, rocks you to sleep, jumper here, jumper there, couple of threes. He's been there. I want Foster, when you get a chance at some point in the show, look up his 3-point percentage his last couple games because
Who?
Cade. Because
Cade. Okay.
I think he's shooting very good. I'm not saying he's lights out, but he's shooting at a very decent clip in these 2 wins. Even before that, though. I mean, don't have to be the last 2 games, but just lately.
Well,
Because
I can tell you what his percentage was last game.
okay,
40%, 2 for 5.
okay.
And then in the Hornets game, let's see here. Ooh,
It
not
was
good enough.
bad?
Yeah, it was 2 for 10,
Oh, wow. Wow,
20%.
I'm totally off.
He led the team in scoring somehow though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was totally
Did
off.
he get to the line though? Free throws, man. I made 4 free throws. So
What was his overall shooting from the field against Charlotte?
overall 40, just 40%. But
Yeah.
Fontecchio shot well. Duran shot 80%.
Hey, man,
Sasser was
hold on.
75.
Hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa.
What's
I
up?
like Fontecchio.
He's a constant, no matter what. He's somewhere around 15 points a game every time.
I
For
like
second.
Fontecchio.
Oh man,
He
I
has
forgot to
the
say.
he has the ability not only to shoot, but he can get to the rack.
Yeah, yeah, and he plays good defense too, which is most important. Well, not most important, but
It's very important, but not most important. But yeah, I like that acquisition. It seems like uh coach says 2-0 since Troy Weaver threatened to punch a guy.
yes, yes.
Troy. We know you're frustrated. I have to. It looks like I have to write a Dear Troy letter, Foster.
You know what? That is a great idea, actually.
Yeah, I gotta write him a letter. I mean, he's been here long enough to know. He's been here long enough to know. And the dude told him, "You're not very good at your job."
What people do discount is they turn it on. They turn on the camera well after he didn't let them have it for a while.
Oh yeah, he called.
Ain't no telling
It's like in
where.
basketball, right? They always catch the second person. In
Yeah,
football, like it's like in football, like somebody push somebody and then the other person retaliates and then they throw the flag. It's like that's the way it happens. They always catch the second person. I mean, you got to figure he really, really got under his skin to get him out of character. He's a general manager on
because he
camera.
said he did say he was gonna like he
Yeah,
must have violated
he
like I got
violated him. He violated him.
because you don't see that, but
What's up, Troy?
Troy is not like
Oh, another Troy. Is it?
yeah
Is
yeah.
it? We're just talking about Troy Weaver here, Troy.
Like, yeah, Weaver said I'll take you up through there. Like I ain't playing with you.
Yeah. We just gotta. We gotta get. I gotta write a letter to Troy, man. You can't let him get under your skin, man. Yeah. I mean, don't sit in stands, man. You get a luxury box and invent, bro.
Yeah, but you don't. But you see those guys. You see those guys amongst the But yeah, I guess when you got it when
I
you
mean,
built a team that bad, you kind of
well, my thing is, if you, and I'm not saying it's all Troy's fault, but before I have to go off on a fan like that, I'll sit in a luxury box.
that's
If
fair.
I if I can't keep it because it made Troy look bad, and dude had to violate him before. You know what I'm saying? And he probably got the whole clip, but they only played that part where Troy was going off.
Yeah, he might have. Yeah, he might have
Yeah.
just
Troy
nipped
says
it.
we finally got some decent role players. Now we're starting to play good. Yeah. It's some changes. We said changes had to be made. MSU Detroit fan says the Pistons have won more game this month than the Red Wings have.
The Red
That
Wings
is not
are
good.
falling off a cliff right
Oh, man. We just can't have it. Can't have
now.
it, man. You know, I hate to bring this up during a Pistons broadcast, but at least the Lions got a good pickup today.
Hey.
Let's see. Troy says exactly. He needs to take his to the suite. You sure don't see Brad, Steve, or Scott sitting out there with the crowd. No, that's the chance you take being in a position of power of a horrible team. You the fans have access to you.
Hey,
And
Brad Holmes will get crazy love out in the crowd, though.
yeah, but the thing is, you 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 don't let fans have that kind of access to you on a bad team because they're going to tell you about yourself. Fans think if they buy a ticket or they support, they can say whatever. A lot of them think they can say whatever, and they forget that these people that you're fussing at are human beings.
Right.
You don't want nobody fussing at you about your job when you're at your regular job.
When
So,
you go to McDonald's and you mess
hey
up the
man,
fries.
when you on the fries, you don't like nobody yelling at you. So leave that man alone.
Right.
MSU Detroit fan says, "Yeah, I would like more context on exactly what was said at Weaver, but I'm not against a fan saying you're bad about your job. No,
He
not at
was
all."
okay. I'm sure he's okay with you're bad at your job. I'm sure it got a little you in Detroit. Hey,
Troy said, "Yeah, fan was running wrong, but bro, you in Detroit." My
we
thing is,
sick of it. We sick of it,
hey,
man.
when you give a fan access to you, that's more than likely what's going to happen in Detroit. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Let's take a quick break, Foster. We'll get back. Hold on. We For our listeners out there that's listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all that good stuff, you'll hear some wonderful ads. For our viewers, we'll be back in 6 seconds. Troy got to keep it under control, man, or not be around them people. Could you imagine a coach being that close to the crowd?
Well, he is to some parts of the crowd.
I mean, I'm talking, yeah, I guess.
They right there. There's somebody that's right behind you.
But you think though the people with courtside seats, they probably have a little bit more. Nah, that's discrimination. I can't say.
Sometimes you ever seen some of the my bad. You ever seen some of those people on the side? They be fried. They be talking to the
Man,
players. I can't necessarily say that, especially at a Pistons game. You only need a couple of dollars.
they ought to be. They ought to be getting you drunk before you get in there. Like, here, take this before you go sit down. Like, here, it's free. It's on the house. Troy says Cade, Ivy, and Durham really looking like the future now. Yes. Yes, they are. MSU Detroit fan says, yeah, Troy might want to ask Stevie if he can borrow his GM suite. Yeah, you got to stay. Hey, Troy Weaver, stay in the suite, brother. Stay in the suite.
He said, "I'm in the trenches." What you mean?
Wait till it go. You're not little Dirk in them, man. You're not little Dirk. You got to stay out the trenches, bro. You know, you can't be the voice of the streets right now. The
Right.
streets MSU Detroit fans, Duran is a beast. Hey, I was so mad at Duran a couple weeks ago, man.
I think it was last. I think it was last week.
Yeah, I was on his noggin. Like, I mean, like not even on the show. Like Foster, no, I texting him like, "Hey, man."
Off the words were much more choice.
Ooh, yeah, we can't cuss. Troy says Duran is my favorite player now. Yeah, I mean, I can see why.
That is best. That is best.
I can see why. But
dominating.
I really like what I'm seeing the past couple games from Wiseman. Like Wiseman has really shown that he can do it. Now he has to be a consistent force. You don't have to get double digits, but be a threat out there. Couple of plays like that a game. You know what I'm saying? You know, a couple of lobs, a few dunks. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get, not right now. We understand what you're going through. How long is his contract, Foster?
No, he's up for a contract and he has a qualifying offer due to his draft status of it's like double digits, like $10 million. Obviously, that's not what he's worth right now, but it's all going to come down to the market and how much Weaver admittedly loves big men. So
Pause.
yeah, I was like, how do I? But yeah, so I feel like he's done enough to warrant coming back as a solid number two center. But see, using my words, finally not gonna.
Gotta read it out loud.
Yeah, oh yeah. So Troy said Wiseman looks solid lately, man. He's finally not playing with Killian and Joe Harris. That's Troy.
Oh man, that makes all the difference in the world, don't it?
And
Go ahead.
yes, so MSU Detroit fan says got to give guys like Simone Fontecchio and James Wiseman some love. Them two have been playing well as of late. Absolutely.
I like Fontecchio. That was a good addition. Good addition. Troy says hopefully he doesn't overpay him like Bagley.
His qualifying offer is 11 million. It's like around $11 million, and I think that's what Bagley's what. I think he got. Well, I think Bagley got like 13, 39 mil overall. So
was Wiseman was he a number one pick? No, he wasn't.
No, not number one, but it was like number 2 or 3.
Yeah, he was up there.
So that qualifying offer is at the very least like $10 million. So
somebody's going to pay him. I just wonder if they're going to pull the trigger and keep him here in Detroit.
I mean, I feel like right now, and if he stayed at the trajectory that he's on, I feel like fans would be genuinely upset that that we let him go, which is much different than what we might have thought even 2 weeks ago. So
could you imagine Wiseman in Boston though? Somewhere there.
Yeah, that would be crazy. That would be crazy.
You don't have to depend on him. He just, hey man, just run to the rim, play some defense.
And MSU Detroit fan says both were number 2 picks, which is they actually have a lot of parallels because they're both left-handed. They're both post players that are kind of vulnerable on defense. So that was one of the Weavers.
Troy says we had to give up picks to get rid of Bagley. I let Wiseman walk for $11 million a year.
See, that's his qualifying offer.
Yeah.
He looks good. That pro hop into a dunk.
These last what? These last 12 games, bro. The last 12, 13 games, he got to show me something.
He was blocking shots too. That's not. But
show me something.
He's one of the players that's definitely answered the bell. I mean, I was definitely looking for him. Well, I kind of had lost hope in him, but guys like Sasser has also answered the bell. Ivy has been okay, but I like his defensive intensity. That's one thing that he's been able to maintain. There's only one guy that I feel like it's like, bro, what's the deal? Can you guess who that is?
Who?
Quinn Grimes.
Oh, yeah. We talked about this yesterday.
Yes.
He sent me an inbox saying, hey, I'm not going to say repeated or live, but then he makes a wonderful pass into the corner right after
he did make a good pass. Who did it go to? Did it go Fontecchio?
No. What you
or Stewart
starts with the U.
Oh, Umude. Yeah.
Umude knocks down a 3.
I want to see him back next year. He has been good all in limited time. He has been good all year.
All he has to do is have a great summer, working out. Just work on it this summer. He can be. I'm not saying a superstar, but he can get on the roster.
Yeah, I don't want to see him playing 20 minutes a game.
No.
But he can knock down the shot. I got to look up his 3-point percentage because I feel like, wow, first of all, 92% from the free throw line, and he is shooting, bro. Guess what he is shooting from 3 in a smaller sample size, but guess what he's shooting?
I'm listening.
I want you to guess because there's no way you guess it.
72%.
Okay, no, not that high, but 54% from 3. That is good.
Yeah. MSU Detroit fan says, yeah, Bagley was drafted number 2 overall in 2018 by Sacramento out of Duke. DeAndre Ayton was number 1 and Luka was number 3. I know Sacramento is kicking themselves in the butt for that choice. Hindsight is crazy. Hindsight is crazy. And by the way, it was a great game. last night, Sacramento versus the Lakers, and Sacramento won.
That's what makes it great.
Related.
The Lakers so trash.
Hey man, one of my favorite players though is Fox. Like he's
He
one of my
is. He
he's
plays just like
cold.
he do on 2K. He is just fast and just gets to the rack and
Lefty,
yeah.
cold. He's cold with it. And he doesn't just settle for a three. He
Oh
doesn't
no.
just settle for a three. He gets to the spot and
What a
MSU Detroit
draft.
fan says Trey was number 5 also in that draft. That was a very good. I mean, that was a
That was
pretty
a
decent draft.
strong draft. Well,
Yeah.
outside of Bagley, but Bagley still
Well,
getting he's still eating
Bagley,
iron.
yeah. I mean, you're gonna have some, but if you think about it, Luca, Trey, well, Aiton's
Well,
kind
Aiden is
of trash. He started off promising. You know.
Did Monty
But
ruin? Nah, it was that.
hey man, he came here and I ain't gonna say nothing.
Stay tuned to that second year though, because Monty had a rough first year, but the second year they started making some moves. The Phoenix Suns did.
We didn't pick in two MSU Detroit fan says we didn't pick in 2018. We traded our first to the Clippers for Blake Griffin. Now, who did the Clippers pick up in 2018?
That's a great question.
I want to know who we gave up for Blake.
That's a good question.
I want to know who we gave up for Blake. If you can find that out, MSU Detroit fan, who did the Clippers pick in that draft?
You might already know that dude's pretty knowledgeable.
Oh, looky here. MSU Detroit fan come through in the clutch. LA then traded that pick to Charlotte and they drafted Miles Bridges from MSU. We've been wanting Miles Bridges in Detroit. Me and Foster has been saying it for 2 years now. This is the second year. Like, bring him here. Never mind the cases. I'm not going to say that.
If we could, oh yeah, that's crazy. If we could get Miles Bridges on something like not, I'm sure he's got good numbers, so I think he's going to command a lot of money and probably try to get locked in for a bunch of years. But if we could sign him for like 2 years, and with the hopes that Asar, because Asar would have to, depending on if you want to start Asar or Fontecchio, even though the numbers show that the team is better when Fontecchio starts.
Mm-hmm.
If we could have Asar coming off the bench and, in Miles Bridges in a short-term situation, I think that would be a perfect situation.
Wait. Hold on.
What's up?
Thompson didn't play the past 2 games.
Yeah, he's been sick. Or he left the game early against Dallas because he was, I think he was like sick.
Yeah. He was holding Luca down.
He was.
As
And
soon
then
as
he
he
left
sat
early.
down, Luca went on. He scored like 18 in a quarter.
Yeah, something crazy.
Yeah, he went kind of crazy after he sat down. Okay, I was like, I know that's probably why Sasser got all those minutes because there was no Thompson.
Right.
Maybe.
Well, just kind of by progression. Obviously, they don't play the same position.
No. Just, they just changed the rotation a little bit. He got more minutes. Those minutes were available because you're down a man. So, yeah. MSU had 2 guys drafted in 2018, Jaren Jackson Jr., Memphis, and Miles Bridges, Charlotte 12. That is a heck of a combination on a college basketball team. I remember those guys when they were playing.
And I bet MSU didn't do nothing in the tournament.
I think they went kind of far.
Did they play Duke? Is that the year that they played Zion in the final in the Elite Eight?
They beat them. They beat Zion in the tournament.
Yeah, they beat Duke, whoever it was. But I don't. You know what? I think Tillman was on that team. This is like, I don't know.
That was 2019, according to MSU Detroit fan. No, that was 2019.
Oh, the Duke situation? Yeah. It wasn't. Yeah, they didn't have all those guys. That's crazy how that works. Yeah. Tournament is crazy, though.
It's that time of year already. It's March Madness, bro.
Is the conference, when did the conference title start?
They started like the other day.
Right.
Started the other day. Big Ten tournament started the other day. So it's on and popping, man. I'm not that tuned into it like I used to. I don't know why. I don't.
It
I just
just I don't know what it is. I think it's because guys leave so fast that
yeah. I don't know
NIL
who.
deals and
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know who's good anymore. I don't know what teams are popping in college basketball anymore. I'm definitely going to check out, the tournament. I'm definitely going to like I work from home, so I'll be here with the TV on, listening to it while I'm working. So uh, definitely 2018, we lost to Syracuse at LCA in round two.
I was there for that.
In 2019, we made the Final Four, beating Zion, led Duke in the process. Xavier Tillman was on that team,
Yep.
but the star was Cassius Winston. I got a story about Cassius Winston.
Oh yeah?
Not a crazy story. Not a crazy story. It's just a small world, right? His mother grew up south side of Ipsy.
Mm.
His mother is a year older than me. His mother's name Wendy. Went to church with her, knew her all throughout high school. And she had some siblings, Wendell and Misty. Uh, I know the family. I just never knew her when you get grown, you go your way. I went to the army. Like I said, she's a year older than me. I got went to the army and I moved to Texas for a little while. Came back, I hadn't seen her in a long time. And then next thing you know, I know about these people. I know about her. Next thing you know, I noticed she has a son playing for MSU. So
Yeah, he was
that's
good. He was good. He was
he was
really good at
very good.
UAB too.
He's very good. He's very good. I mean, I knew he was good in high school.
Yeah,
Knew he was
yeah.
good.
I saw him play at UAD a few times. He was the man at UAD.
Yeah. Troy says, "Thanks for your service, June." Oh, yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you. I was, I don't want to tell my age, but I was in Desert Storm. I was in the Persian Gulf War. I was a young man, didn't know. I wanted to get into the army because I wanted a car. Yeah.
Even in the chart back then,
Didn't even think,
nowadays
hey,
it's a
you
charger.
you you could actually go to war. I'm like, no, I can get paid when I go in there. You know how much they paying? No free room and board. Run me that. I'm getting me a car. Wasn't in there a year. They sent my butt overseas.
If you like that sometimes, you go at the
But you
wrong
know what
time.
though, Floss?
Uh,
I when you go overseas, when you're in the army and you're overseas, and I don't know if you're overseas or wartime, whatever the case may be, your money is tax free.
mm.
I was over there 6 months, and I think I might have spent $100 while I was over there. I came back to a grip, and I got my car. So hey,
Got your car.
MSU Detroit fan says, yeah, Cash is one of the greatest to play for MSU, right up there with Draymond, Cleaves, Kelser, and even Magic. Yes,
Damn.
I agree.
Put him in there with Magic. Ooh, that is high praise right
That's
there, boy.
very high praise. That's very high praise. I'm like the world's biggest uh, Magic Johnson fan. Like, really. Uh, MSU Detroit fan says, really sad he couldn't make it in the NBA. I think he's still on the roster, though.
No, so he plays overseas, but he
He
got
plays
drafted
overseas.
by
Okay.
the Wizards, and I
Yeah.
kind of knew that he wouldn't. He didn't have the elite. He didn't have the elite physical attribute. Like he
No,
wasn't real fast. Wasn't did
didn't
couldn't
jump out the
jump
gym.
high. He was a
He was just a ball
pretty
player.
decent. Yeah, and then the other thing that could have helped him is that he came out during COVID. There was no March Madness,
Yeah.
um, and I think MSU was pretty good the year he was leaving school. So he could have definitely made a nice little push in the tournament and boosted his stock. But they did not have a tournament that year because everything shut down in March. So yeah, Cassius. Yeah, he just wasn't. He was kind of like, yeah, really. He was an MSU guy for sure because he had a very high basketball IQ, but he wasn't elite in um, attribute. He was kind of I don't want to say slow, but he was more fundamental than he was, electric by any
Well,
stretch.
he wasn't gonna run past you, but he got by you.
Yes, he did. He did. He's one of those guys that you would have hated to play against because you're like, oh, this guy, oh, he's not blowing, but he had the craftiness to get by you. So
Yeah, he
catch
was
listen.
he was that good to where he can get where he wanted with the basketball. He got his shot when he wanted to. Great creator. He hit the clutch shots when he needed to.
Absolutely.
Let's see if I can get this thing on the board here. I always have trouble with this one, Foster. Those
Oh, those the graphic I sent you.
yeah, I'm gonna post it. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Yeah, I got us. I got us. Hold on. Doing all right today with this. Just so Foster, I want you to explain this what you sent me here. Let's see how this works. Why is it not showing? Ah, hold on a second. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out why it's not sharing the screen.
And I'll kind of start to explain it if maybe we may or may not get an opportunity to.
There we
Oh,
go.
nah, that's the old one.
That's the
Or
old one.
yeah,
Hold on, man. Let me stop. I just saved it. You sure you just sent me that?
yeah. I literally just sent the one I'm thinking of. I literally just sent. That one is back from a while ago.
Oh shoot. You know what? It's crazy because I named it the same thing as I did, and I don't even remember. That's what's crazy. I named it the same exact thing as I did before.
Oh, and it confused you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's similar. It's similar, um, but anyways, just to explain it to you guys, he's working on it. These are lineup combinations. They're perfect, perfect. So these are lineup combinations, and how it affects our offensive rating, defensive rating, and our net rating. So we have been singing the high praises of Simone Fontecchio. This is obviously in a smaller sample size than probably these other ones, but the one thing that jumps out at me is the amount of spacing on the floor and how that benefits our star player Cade Cunningham. When you look at the lowest net rating, you got guys like Killian Hayes and Asar Thompson, two guys that in no way space the floor. Asar Thompson has improved and got a little bit better over the course of the year, but that's probably the biggest thing that I can see is the fact that you got more the floor spacers. Stewart has done a solid job of spacing the floor, but I think the emergence of Simone Fontecchio surprise, which we may not have necessarily expected. Fontecchio has given us something on the defensive end as well. Now, as far as defensive rating, it's the high number is that's the lower numbers is better, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the lower number is better. So look at the disparity. We're in the 90s here. The rest of these are pretty much in the teens. One of them is in 106, but that also contains Fontecchio as well. But the thing that jumps out at me is that, for one, Jaden Ivey is on the floor, as he is a decent floor spacer. He's struggled shooting as of late, but not only is the highest offensive rating with Fontecchio, but the lowest defensive rating is also involving Fontecchio. So that is, Asar Thompson is obviously our lottery, our lottery pick. He's the player of the future, hopefully. But as of right now, we are a much better team when Simone Fontecchio is on the floor, as opposed to Asar Thompson. Because Asar Thompson is a good defensive player, but you really don't see the impact of it. You don't really see the impact of his defense unless he's with Fontecchio, because the second lowest defensive rating, Fontecchio was on the floor as well. So, I, we've been obviously singing the high praises of Fontecchio since he's been here, and the proof is right there that not on both ends of the floor, we had our net rating is just leaps and bounds higher when he's out there. So one thing that I want to mention is that he was one start away from his it's when your salary expectancy or your salary minimum rises. He needed one start for that, and they let him start last game. So it just lets you know that he is going to be high priority. They're willing to pay his price. When it's all said and done, we'll be able to pay him more than anybody else can offer. And he's going to be a part of our future, which we kind of talked about when that trade was made, but the confirmation is there. You look at the numbers, he improves the team as a whole. And with us starting him, because we could have brought him off the bench for the remainder of the year to keep his price down, but we showed that we are willing to allow his price to go up, and that we will pay him regardless of that. So yeah, this is a very glaring stat. And, we were worried like, okay, Bogey's leaving, even though he's one of our better players, but the proof shows that we're a better team with Fontecchio out there, because he's a younger, more fleet of foot version of Bogdanović.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break, Voss. Yeah, that was good stuff there, Foss. That was good stuff. So let me ask you something. When's the next game?
Let's look here. It's probably tomorrow.
I want to see if we're going to make 3 in a row.
Oh, Friday versus the Heat. I knew that.
Well, no, we're not going to make 3.
The Heat been okay. I don't know. Well, you know what?
Duncan
Robinson did look like Larry Bird in the last game.
Yeah, they always find a way versus
first game of the year.
Yeah, they always find a way.
Guess what else though? We got a home and home with them. We play them Friday in Detroit, and then we play them Sunday in Detroit as well.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
Can we get 4 in a row?
That would be crazy. I'm not gonna lie, and I know Miami would be sick because they're trying to make another push. They traded for Terry Rozier, and I know they're trying to make another an NBA final push. So that would be disheartening to be that team. Shout out to Kyle Kuzma.
Let me catch up on some of these comments. Let me see where we left off here.
Oh, we missed them?
Yeah, during the while you were going over your stat. Let's see here. Troy says if Duren is a top 10 center and Cade is a top 30 player overall, we can make the playoffs next year. Can we make the playoffs next year?
Top 10 center is that's pretty good, and top 30 is pretty good too. Top 30 means you make the All-Star team because it's 15 players on each roster, right?
Yeah.
So top 30, yeah, that's All-Star. Oof. It's that's still not enough for me, but
I would say it would need another breakout person.
For sure.
You need a trifecta. Just those two? No. You got to remember, We're 12-59.
We got a long to
Long
go.
ways to go. MSU Detroit fan says, I can see the pieces for this team. Guys like Ivan, Duran, Cade, all future stars in the making, but we need things to click. Yes,
Yeah.
especially Troy Weaver needs to click in the skybox. Troy says, more vets. You think we need, he's asking MSU, you think we need more vets? And MSU Detroit answers, possibly we can use some veteran experience, but someone who can use as both as starter and mentor that won't demand all the minutes. I agree. Uh, Troy says Tech is really a knockdown shooter. Oh, yes, I agree with that wholeheartedly. And Tech also has the good size to play good defense. I agree with all that. I think we do need, one of the things that I got out of that is the veteran. One of the things that I've been saying since day one, if you watch this show, you can go back and look at all of them. Veteran leadership on the floor. The coach can be on the sideline all day long. You need a floor leader out there, whether he's your point guard, whether he's your enforcer at power forward, whether he's your center, whether he's your dog at shooting guard, whether he's your small forward that does all. They need a veteran person that's going to pull the team together and communicate and get his team ready while they're playing in the trenches. So definitely could use a vet, not just any veteran. I agree with him with MSU Detroit fan. You need a veteran that can play, not just any veteran. Just can't he just get a veteran out there. Like I want to say, like a young perfect person. Not I don't want to say perfect person because I don't want you to think I want this person. A younger type, Draymond Green type.
Mm. Mm.
Not with the physical play, but the smarts. The one that can say, "Hey, you need to be here." You know what I'm saying? Or you need to set this pick here. You know what I'm saying? One that can direct traffic.
Direct traffic. That's the word.
If you notice, Draymond Green brought the ball up the floor a lot in his earlier years, and you'd see him at the top of the key whipping the ball around like making sure it got to both sides of the floor. I mean, he was very good at that. Richard Boster says, do you think Cade getting enough respect around the league? I think he is close to being all-star starter. I do not think he's getting the respect around the league. And the reason why I say that is because the refs don't respect him.
He's gonna need to
Players,
win some. He's gonna need to win some games. He'll never get that respect if he
yeah.
continues to lose 50 games, 60 games a year.
Hold on, MSU Detroit fan. What we're not going to do. This is a Pistons show. It's already sad enough. You are not going to bring this bad news to this show. We need no more bad news. I'm going to read this, and I'm reading this in disgust. Looks like the Lions aren't getting Eric Armstead. I'm hurry up and taking that down because I don't want to hear that.
He signed.
Appreciate you though, MSU Detroit fan. Troy says he's starting to get more foul respect finally. A little bit more. It's I think since they made some noise about it. He's signing. MSU Detroit fan, stop. Just don't do. We got DJ though.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Jacksonville is getting a lot. I don't want to talk football, but Jacksonville has been getting some.
They got Gabe Davis, but they lost Ridley. So
Yeah.
one for one.
You know what it is though, Foster? It's like, okay, I'm gonna talk about the Lions really brief. It's not fair, but here it goes, right? In a nutshell, as a Lion fan, on Monday and Tuesday, majority of Tuesday, we saw a lot of teams get some great acquisitions, right? And you saw the Lions kind of not doing as much as these other teams. I think the glamour in it is we're watching these other teams getting humongous upgrades in their roster with these signings, but we're forgetting the Lions really don't need to reinvent the wheel. We just need a little help so we don't have to go out there and go get the best defensive rush in the that's available. We don't have to empty out the bank to get a a a, a, a corner or anything like that. I like the subtle moves that they made without breaking the bank because all the Lions needed is a little help. The corner, Davis, he's a lot better than advertised. Now, I sent you something, Foster, and I watched him interview. Carlton Davis said, "Turn on the tape when I'm on man to man. You'll see if
Hey,
I can
do your research.
watch the tape when I'm in man to man defense." Now, Chase has said that he was one of the better defended corners he had to face.
Yeah. And it's not always the best guy. Sometimes you just have that guy that you just have problems with. And he went out of his way to let it be known, hey, Carlton Davis.
Troy says we got Reader after the draft. We're even going to be more stacked. Yes, yes. I think the acquisitions that they got put them in a good position to draft comfortably at 29 to get some of the things that you might need to improve on. MSU Detroit fan says Jerry Stackhouse got fired by Vanderbilt.
Ouch.
Yeah, that sucks. I was a big Jerry Stackhouse fan. Like I was a big Jerry Stackhouse fan. I thought he was when he got here, I think Grant Hill was still here. And he had a no surrender attitude. I think they got into it because he was so fiery. Like, no, we not quitting. We about to win, you know what I'm saying? So sad for Jerry Stackhouse. Anyway, that about do it for today. I wish the Pistons had a game tonight.
Me too.
I haven't said that in a long time, right?
You said you were going to go live if we won against Charlotte, and you ain't go live. Call them out. Call them out, supporters.
I was drinking.
When you said it, or drinking during the game?
Oh, during the game. I wasn't going. No. That would have been curse laced. We'd have got fired from Motor City Metrics, bro.
Dang. Well, we don't want that. We don't want that.
We're gonna save that firing for a Super Bowl win or a playoff win. You know, I'll gladly take.
That's a long. Say the firing for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I gladly take my talent elsewhere to celebrate that victory online, live, direct. MSU Detroit fan says, okay, so Pistons next 5. Heat at Celtics Pacers.
That's crazy. That's really crazy. Like, wow.
Ow. Oh, whoa. We need to win these next 2 against the Heat.
The schedule has been like that all. Now, granted, we've played the Bulls, we've played the Hornets, we've played the Wizards, we've played some winnable games, but geez, I feel like the schedule is always that rough.
Troy, thank you before I read this. Thank you, sir. But Troy says, thanks for the live, fellas. Hopefully our Pistons keep stacking the wins and end the season strong. I just want them to win to end the season right now. Richard Bosser says, another great show. Major League Baseball spring breakout tonight. Is that on TV?
It's not, but that is all of our rising stars playing. I didn't realize that was the same day as the rest of the Tigers are played today earlier too.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Well, before we get out of here, Foster, you have anything you want to say to the people out there?
To the people, I appreciate the support, man. We had a lot of participation today.
Yes. Read the bottom of the screen too, people.
Yes. please read the bottom of the
subscribe to Motor City Metrics and Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube. We do not have a lot of subscribers on the Bleachers to Speakers channel. We need you to go to that channel, subscribe, take one of the posts from there, share it on your social medias, ask people to subscribe, please. And you can also check us out on all podcast streaming platforms, all of them. All you have to do is type in Post Game Podcast, FFSN. You'll see the blue and red piston colored logo, basketball court with the letters in the post. That was very brilliant that you did, Foster, with that name, Post Game Podcast. It's
Hey,
pretty dope, man. You good when you want to be, man. Let's
rare,
see.
rare, rare feat.
That is sniper. MSU Detroit fan says that's not a typo. We played through the heat twice at home in the span of 3 days. Yes. We get it. We got you. We got you, MSU Detroit fan. We knew we were playing Miami back to back and then the Celtics and Indiana Pacers. So it's brutal, the next 5 games. Because the Heat ain't no slouch and they're trying to make a mark in the playoffs. So trying to get in the playoffs or move up. They're not slacking in these games. So we're gonna get out of here, Foster. I wish there was a game tonight, but there isn't. So I want y'all to have a great, great rest of the week. We'll see you next week.